Hello, everyone, and welcome to MT4 Professional. My name is Randy Lindsay. I am your host today. In our live presentation, we're going to be talking about MT4 Professional, the scanner, strategies in trading, and so forth. So sit back, relax. If you have any questions or comments, then over on the Zoom control panel is a questions pane. Please enter your question or comment there, or even in the chat, the webinar chat page. And we'll be able to see your questions and get to them in the order that they are received. Just want to make sure everyone knows that we are here for educational purposes only. The MT4 Professional and Resilient Traders are not investment advisory service, and we're not registered to provide any trading advice. But what we can do is teach and train you on how to use our tools on the live edge of the market, and to use the platform to build a trading plan that is both consistently profitable and successful. Trading futures, stocks, forex options, cryptocurrency has a large potential for reward, and you can make a lot of money, but it also has a large potential for risk, and you can lose a lot of money. So make sure that you understand the risks involved and you are willing to accept them in order to trade or invest in any of these markets. Past performance is not indicative of future results, so make sure that you get advice from a competent financial advisor before you start trading or investing in any of these markets. And never ever trade in a live account until you have first proven that you can consistently and profitably trade in a simulated account. Again, I'm Randy Lindsay, your trade coach and operations director here at MT4 Professional. Joining me today is Claudio Cardinale. He is our product development director and technology guru. He makes sure everything is working and is set up properly, and he's the brains behind the code. Today, we're going to be talking about trading strategies using the MT4 Professional platform. We're going to talk a little bit about what a market scanner is and what MT4 Professional is, and then we'll go straight into a live demonstration. Today, we can go over quite a few different strategies that are most popular, but I was thinking about trying something a little bit different today. So if you guys want to, we can go off the beaten path just a little bit and try out some new strategies. Take one from scratch and kind of build it up. And for all those who are already subscribers, that I can even share it with you here on live on the air. And of course, since we're getting very close to Black Friday and the end of November, I'm going to make a extra special offer for you at the end of today's presentation. This is much better than the normal offers that we normally make. So, of course, we always have questions and answers along the way. So stick with us and we'll get right into it. So let's talk about some trading strategies. Popular trading strategies that most people use are exponential moving averages and price. That's just pure price action. They're looking at demand, supply in the markets and trying to determine entries and exit points based upon a simple cross or even trend direction. MACD and signal is a robust signal that helps you to see entry and exits based upon convergence and divergence of signals. Moving average crossovers are great because you can apply those on any time frames. And that way you can see not only shorter or longer term trend changes, but you can also see convergence and entry points based upon a bullish or bearish crosses. And then you can throw them all together using EMA and price, MACD, signals, relative strength, Bollinger Bands, whatever indicator that you are most comfortable with. You can put them together for a strategy that makes sense for you. And then there's the ever popular alligator indicator that uses 3 different moving averages based upon longer time frame trends. And it is very popular amongst longer term time frame stock and forex traders. The MT4 Professional Scanner can scan in real time all of these strategies. So you need to understand how it does that through alerts and what the conditions are met, when the conditions are met for your particular strategy. So let's go through a quick poll. I'm trying to find out how many of you in the class right now are currently MT4 professional users, and how many of you are here for the first time, or if you're just checking us out, trying to find out if you need MT4 professional or not. So if we could get a poll going. So if you're currently an MT4 professional user, let us know. If you're not sure if you need it, you need more information, you just haven't had time to answer, let me know. I'll greatly appreciate it. Once a certain number of our polls are finished, then Claudio will close it down and we'll share the results with you. It's nice to know how many people are here for training and our existing customers. That way it'll help me to structure the class so that we get the most out of it. I'm always going to be doing a presentation for those who are new. Okay, wow, 3/4 of the class are here trying to find out what it's all about. So about 25% are currently using it. So that's great. Welcome, and we'll make sure that we get some details. So you're going to love the rest of this presentation then, because I'm going to be going into the nitty-gritty of the information and develop an indicators from scratch. So what is a market scanner and what is MT4 Professional? If you really think that you're able to check all the symbols and timeframes on the entire MT4, MT5 platform, then I think that you're missing something. Because if you look at the 54x pairs, the 20 CFDs, the 9 timeframes, that's more than 630 different combinations. Do you really think that you can check all that manually? Most people can't, but you could be Superman, I don't know. But how often do you think you miss an opportunity if there are that many symbols to check all the time? Now, if you have a short basket of symbols, that's one thing, maybe 2, 3 symbols, but you're missing a lot of other opportunities, because today, if you're trading on different instruments, it's going to greatly increase your chances of finding profitable trades. Because trading uncorrelated instruments is a great way to remove uncertainty and to diversify your portfolio. So if you're only trading 1 or 2 instruments, then that's great. You know those instruments well, but they're only going to be trending certain times. And when they're not trending, and you don't have any opportunities, and you're missing a lot of other trades that currently are trending. So a perfect solution to find these markets is a market scanner. In very loose or very general terms, a market scanner is an automatic tool that allows you to scan an entire market at a glance for any symbol or time frame with your custom rules based on standard or custom indicators. So it's a signal provider per se that allows you to analyze all strategies that you want using any of the indicators that you want. So the example I have to kind of show you and to get an understanding is a moving average cross. So the image on the right shows different symbols and different time frames and different colors on a spreadsheet. So each color will represent either a bullish or a bearish cross. A bullish cross, I define a bullish cross as a green, which is the fast moving average crossing over the slow. So here's the fast MA15 crossing over MA30. That would be bullish. If that same MA15 crosses under the 30, then that would be classified as a bearish cross or a red signal. So as you can see, for any time frame, if I have a bullish cross or a bearish cross, I can instantly see throughout the universe of all of the instruments I'm trading whether I have a trade set up or not. And that's what a scanner should do. It should do the work for you. It should go out and do all the calculations based upon your strategy and let you know which one is set up to be the best opportunity right now. Another example, market scanner should work for you so that you can focus more on the important things like managing your trade or getting your mindset where it belongs instead of in the nitty-gritty of trying to find and search for setups. The market scanner does that for you. All you have to worry about is entry, exit, and are you in the right space? So it alerts you to the setups and whether they are in the right condition or not. On the right, you see another example, but this time the strategy is pure price action. EMA and price, you're looking for a green box that says that EMA is greater than price, and a red box shows when the EMA is less than that, when the price is less than the EMA. So I said that wrong. I want to make sure, so I'll clarify it. Green shows the price is greater than the exponential moving average. Red shows the price is less than the exponential moving average. So you can see across multiple time frames a trend of either bullishness or bearishness. When you see a longer term trend that's bullish, and then you see the shorter term trend go bullish while the medium time frame is bearish, that tells me that there is a short or longer term correction involved. But if it's going back to green, chances are really good that the 5-minute is also going to cycle back into a green time frame, giving me a perfect alignment and a potential for a trade entry like you see here on the dollar Canadian. When you see the two shorter term trends opposing the longer term trend, then that's a potential for a reversal in the longer term. And when that occurs, then you're going to see a much longer cycle in the downside when the green changes to a red. So you can see there's a lot of information that comes here on multiple timeframes that you can take advantage of on the platform. So I'm talking about multiple timeframes. So what is it about multiple timeframes? Well, did you know that if you trade using multiple timeframes, you have a higher probability of a profitable trade? And that's due to correlation. It's just one of the advantages of using a multiple time frame technical analysis. If you look over here on the symbols on the right, you can see 3 different time frames, 15-hour and 4-hour chart. While the 4-hour chart envelope is much smoother, you can see the hour and 15 minutes are very noisy and rough by comparison. There are still going to be corrections in the longer term trend, but if you're trading any of these shorter term trend markets in the direction of the longer term trend, then you're only going to be taking the longer term trades. So that means that the probability of a profitable trade is going to be increased, and you're lowering your risk in the trade because you're not going to be taking any of these corrective moves that go against the overall trend direction. Okay, so if you do try to take a trade that's against the longer term trend, then make sure that you keep your profit targets very tight and your stops tight as well, because you don't want to be giving up any trades unnecessarily. So if you had a market scanner that not only could search for setups based on your rules and verify them on multiple timeframes, you would have an extremely valuable tool because it would do all that for you automatically. Here's a quick example showing a strategy that's running on multiple time frames using technical analysis. Here is a daily chart, a 4-hour chart, a daily chart, and a weekly chart. The 4-hour chart is showing a price action crossing above a 15-minute exponential moving average. I have a MACD cross that's showing a bullish cross. The histogram is crossing above or on top of the red signal line. You can see the relative strength is growing and is coming out of an oversold condition. So all 3 of those have lined up to give me a great bullish entry signal. I can verify that on my second time frame to see that I also have a bullish cross on my MACD, and at the same time I have a relative strength coming out of oversold and trending with bullishness. And the third time frame, I really need to see on the weekly chart that I'm not oversold and that I am in a trending strong market. That relative strength is rising. Those are all bullish conditions that I need in order to verify this trade setup. Once that's verified, then I know that I can enter confidently, and the result of this trade was over 300 pips of profit. So that's the nice thing to set up when you're looking at multiple time frame technical analysis. So by taking trades that are in harmony with the longer time frame, I get a lower risk trade opportunity and higher probability trade outcome. My trade end up in profit higher rates than I would if I had not used multiple time frames. It's a powerful combination for any trader. It shows the importance of using multiple time frames in your trading, and I hope all of you do that. A market scanner using multiple time frame technical analysis is an extremely valuable tool because it does all of the work for you automatically. The problem that we ran into was on MT4 and MT5, we could not find a scanner that met our criteria. What we did find was either too complex to configure, which meant you need to have a programmer or high programming skills in order to use it. It was unstable, or maybe even just a single tool that really wasn't integrated with the whole system. A lot of the tools and indicators that are already available on the platforms weren't compatible with the indicators or the scanners that we saw. So there were a lot of issues that we ran across. So the solution we came up with was to program our own. We decided as professional traders to make MT4 Professional for ourselves, for our own daily trading. And now it's the #1 market scanner on MT4 and MT5. It's a tool that allows you to instantly scan the market for setups that match your own unique criteria and rules. And when you find a good setup, MT4 Professional allows you to enhance your technical analysis using multiple time frame technical analysis, which really is not easy to do on either MT4 or MT5. So I'll get into that a little bit more in a little bit, but first, let's just go right into our demonstration to make sure we got all of your questions answered. So let me launch my MT4 platform. This is standard MT4. You can see that I have 3 different charts. I'm already using multiple time frames, 30, hourly, and 15-minute charts. But what's difficult to use about this is that I cannot really look at the charts together. If I looked at the current time frame here, say the base here, then I have to look down at the current price and time to align that with the next chart over and make sure that that same setup and time frame is at the same location and actual date that we are right now. So that's the difficulty of that. You can't really see them without looking and aligning them together. Also, if you're looking for time and price correlation, then you're looking across 2 different axes at the same time, and that's virtually impossible to do on standard MT4. Also, if you were to look at going full screen, notice that the screen doesn't automatically expand to take into account all of the real estate that's available right now. Since I have 3 windows that are the same size, I can go in and tile these and resize them so that they fit into my setup. But if I go back into regular size mode, look at all the clipping I got on these windows. So I have to go back in and resize them all just to get them to fit. And then the other problem you run into is, what if you have a window that's not the same size as the others? I have a lot of chart setups that are multiple sizes on the left and full size on the right. It won't work because you have to redraw each one of those. Also, if I want to quickly change symbols, if I'm looking through different items, then I have to physically drag and drop the symbol over onto the chart in order to change it to the symbol I'm interested in. I can't just do a single click on the market watch and get it to change and update these setups. So those are all things that I have to deal with. But let me go ahead and launch MT4 Professional for you and show you all of the features that we have involved in that. First thing I want you to see is that it comes up clean. You have a selection that asks you, well, where do you want to start? These are custom configurations that you have already pre-configured to allow you to set up just exactly what you want and make it look the same every time. So let's look at the median price as a starting point. This is a starting point where you're looking at 3 different time frames: 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute. We've got 3 charts. One chart is larger than the other 2 charts. Now watch what happens when I go full screen. The charts automatically redraw and fill all of the available real estate. That is sweet. Also notice the crosshair that's on the screen. Notice how it moves simultaneously across all 3 time frame windows. So when I go down to that time that I was interested in and click on the screen once, it locks the crosshair to give me both time and price alignment on not only the short, but the medium and the longer time frame charts. So I can see I'm only in a very minimal drawdown on my longer time frame. My shorter time frame, I can also see that this is a higher low. So I'm looking for that to be a continuation move. So when I see an engulfing bar closing back above that on this cycle, that tells me there's a very high probability of this trade continuing on. So when the downtrend is broken, I can re-enter this trade, or when the cross of the moving average occurs at that point, again, in line with the longer term trend, that gives me a new entry point, and that new entry point then gives me the potential for 40 to 50 pip move. And that's a great trade if you're looking for this type of a setup. So the scanner is over here on the left looking for whenever price is greater than the 15 period EMA, it's looking for a green setup. Also, if the trend is greater than a 50 period, I think that's 50, it could be a 20. That's a 50 period simple moving average. That's a secondary cross of a signal to try to keep you out of areas of chop. And so on the longer term, when you see the markets crossing back and forth over each other, then you know that you're in a period of chop. So you need to see price and the exponential moving average cross over during those periods of time in order to verify that. So let's look at the configuration just to see what I've done to set that up. So over on the right-hand side of the configurator, you can see there's a chart layout. On the left-hand side, there's the scanner panel. If you click on the chart configurator, you can see I have very simple tools, pull-down menus, that allow me to set up the time and the template for the chart that I want to use over on the right. Also, notice the size of the window. I can resize these to be any size that I want. Okay. And I can set them up to be any time that I want. And I can use any template that I want. So you can click on the plus sign and you have access to all of the templates in your template directory. So you can use any template that you have already set up and load that in to use with your setup. So you can configure your charts to be any time frame or any setup or appearance or indicators that you have already been used to using. Over on the left-hand side is your scanner panel. So click on it. It gives you the ability to edit your symbol list, all the symbols that you are interested in using that you have access to on your brokerage account will be available to you on your MT4 Professional account. The scanner itself will allow you to edit and set up what we refer to as color rules. The color rules are the rules that you follow, that the algorithm follows, that tell it whether to make the cell red or green or whatever color that you want. I say red and green, just referring to something that's either bullish or bearish. Those are common colors, but you can use blue or purple, whatever color that you like is set up and can be used here. If you pull down the menu here on the right, you can see there's a little edit button there for this main color rule panel. If I click on that, then it gives me the ability to see what the rules are and to edit or update or change the rules that are there. For the logic behind this, then whenever a condition is met, whenever you get a new time and price, then it'll always go through and check condition 1 first. Then it will go through and check condition number 2. That's the OR operation. If either this or that are true, then the condition color will be set. So for condition set 1, it will set the cell color green. You can set it to be any color you want, like I said. If comparing item A with the operator matches with your comparing item B. So if the close of price is greater than or equal to a 15-period exponential moving average, then that is the condition I'm looking for. But I've also have an additional condition, and I need to see the 15-period exponential greater than the 50-period simple moving average. That's the condition. If this is true on the first pass, then it will turn the cell green. No need to do any other operation because this is true, and I know that it's a bullish setup. If either of these two conditions are not true, maybe price is over your EMA, but your EMA is not over your simple moving average. If that's the case, then it's going to go to the second condition. It's going to look to see, well, is the price less than the 15 period, and is the 15 less than the 50? Now, if that is true, it will turn it red. Now, if neither of these conditions are true, then the default color will be used. Now, this is a simple example. You can use any condition that you want. If you want to add an additional condition, you can do that very easily. Select an indicator. That means of the ones that you're already using, or you can use the plus sign to add an additional indicator. So click the choose an indicator. You can select from any of the indicators that you have access to on MT4 or MT5. Those are the trend indicators. You can use the oscillators. Any of those are available to you to use. Or if you have any custom indicator that you've programmed yourself or you've purchased from a third-party vendor, you can use those indicators with the pick from your computer link. Then it takes you to your indicator library, and you can select any of the indicators from your library and use those in the scanner. So let me go ahead and select one. I was going to pull that in. I'll just do the simple MACD. All right, so this one gives me two setups. These are the standard inputs for that. The mode operator shows me that there are two options that I can choose for the MACD indicator. The base indicator is the histogram that I referred to earlier, and the signal line is the red line across from that. So if I were to use either one of these, then I can select one. I'll pick the baseline indicator and select OK. Notice that I have now a MACD set up on the close of price, and it's using the baseline indicator. I want to compare that with the signal indicator. I want it to be greater than. So that means I have to add an additional indicator, which is the MACD again. But instead of using the base indicator, I want to use the signal line. So this way, now I'm looking at the MACD signal. I'm comparing it with the base indicator. This is the base indicator. If it's greater than the signal line, that means I've crossed over, and that's bullish. So that would give me the condition that I'd be looking for. Now, since I've set this up over here on this condition set, if I were to go and set it up as a bearish condition, I don't have to re-enter the indicator. All I have to do is just pull it up from the drop-down menu. I'm looking for that same base indicator. Instead of it being greater than, then in this case, I need it to be less than, across under that same signal line. And there you have it. I now have an additional condition I've added to my existing conditions for a new strategy that incorporates the MACD indicator. If I like the setup, then I just simply click OK. I can change the name if I don't like main color rule to anything that I like. CR is just short for color rule. I can click the trash can to get rid of it if I don't want it, or the cancel button to get out of whatever you're working on and don't make any saves. But once you do click OK, it will automatically save and update the information to your computer. But in order to update it to the cloud, then you'll need to click the save button. Clicking the save button will give you a check mark and will automatically save your configuration to the cloud. When I say the cloud, it's an offsite server that keeps track of and stores your configuration, so that if you have any type of crash or problem, or even if you want to travel and download from scratch, all of your information is available to you to use from the cloud. So you don't have to worry about losing anything. It's all backed up and ready to go. Also, if you notice in the bottom right-hand corner, there is a small share icon. Any of these configurations that you have built and put together can be shared with anybody else in your trading circle using this share button by simply clicking that and entering the first 3 digits of their name or email. Then you can find that individual, select them, and send the configuration to them. Just that easy. Once you're done with this, close the window and click the configuration once again to reload it. And all of the changes that you made will now be displayed and loaded into the setups on the charts. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll continue along as we go. You can do this with simple setups like I just did, or you can do it with complex setups. Let me pull a little bit more complex one up for you. This was the one that was showing you that's using the MACD with relative strength and the price and exponential moving average. So it's looking at that for a potential crossover point. So if you click select configuration, edit, click on the scanner, then you can see that the scanner is set up using 3 different time frames, 4-hour, daily, weekly, just like I have here. And it displays on the chart a 4-hour, daily, and weekly. If I want to get rid of one of those, I say the weekly, then I can click the X, click OK, save it. And if I were to reload it, then you'll see that now I only have 2 time frames, a 4-hour and daily. My weekly is gone. That doesn't mean I lost anything. It just means that I've changed and updated it, and I can easily add it back into my setup. So simply by editing it, clicking on my scanner panel, and then going down and clicking the plus sign, all I have to do is change this to a weekly, add the existing color rule that I have, and we are good to go. Questions? If I wanted to add a new signal, then instead of using that, I want to do this as a bullish setup. So I'll take a bullish setup if, let's see, if the close of price is greater than my 15-period exponential moving average. We'll call that the trend signal, trend color rule. That's the green. The bearish condition, we'll make this one red. Same setup. We're looking to see if close of price is less than that 15 period. So if the weekly chart now is not using the strong signal, only using the trend color rule, then I'm only looking to see if the trend is greater than or less than the current longer term setup. That's all I'm looking for, just the trend. So I click OK, save it, apply it. And by clicking load, then I'm automatically loading it back in. I got 3 different scanners set up. And now what it's doing is it's looking to see if the close of the current price is at or above the current setup and the settings that we're looking at here. It'll take one cycle to come back through in order to cycle because it's using previous data. But once it cycles back through on the second time through, then it updates all the charts and settings. And that's how simple it is to use. And that's how simple it is to set up and to configure. Any questions on that? All right, then let me show you that you don't have to stay glued to your computer all the time, that you can take MT4Professional with you wherever you go. So let me pull up my browser. Any browser will do. This is like your mobile phone, your tablet device, your laptop, whatever it might be. Just pull up any browser that you like using. Go to MT4Professional's website, click on the sign in button, log into our members area. Of course, you'll be able to see how to download the software, and we walk you through all the processes of getting installed and getting it going. We even provide a solutions desk, a knowledge base that answers all of your questions on how to install, how to upgrade, how to use it on MT5, how to use any part of the configurators, even how to update and even cancel your subscription if you need to. Everything is all there. So we walk you through everything that you need. But what I want to show you is that if you click on the real-time scanner menu item, it will take you to a page that shows a condition. Now this scanner, if you look at the setup here, and I'll show it so we can actually see it. I'm going to select the computer that I'm actually running on. Now this is my desktop back at home, and here I'm going down to the local sandwich and coffee shop to get some lunch, maybe talk with some friends, but I don't want to miss anything if it's happening. So all I have to do is just select that, and notice that a exact replication or duplicate image of the scanner is here on my mobile device. You can see that it's on the exact same setup that's here for our daily weekly. And if there's one that I particularly like, if the setup is looking good, then all I have to do is just click once on the mobile device. Notice it automatically changes the symbol on the laptop, on the desktop device, and it gives you a snapshot on the mobile device so that you can see the current setup and see that, yes, indeed, it is in a bullish state that I'm interested in taking as a longer term trade. So that's the idea behind the setup. You're not locked at home. You can travel and take it with you, and you can at this point contact your broker to either execute a buy or sell order, and you're ready to go. It's just that simple. You can also manage any of your licenses if you have more than one. And there is a gearbox in the upper right corner that allows you to see the local setups. You can set your credit card information and all the other information from that point, go into the documentations, or go into the alert center that allows you to see any of the current notifications, like the system that you have running and the alert that you are giving. a link to see the setup itself, or you can see any announcements that we've made or given or shown how we've updated or released new versions of the software for you to use. And that also verifies and shows that the MT4Professional is cloud-based, and you can use it to download the software in case you lose your hard drive completely. Once you get your new hard drive up and running and MT4 back downloaded, you can launch and download MT4Professional and be right back where you left off at. Not a single bit of data will be lost. All there and available. How can you take software for MP3 platform of MetaTrader 4? I'm not sure. I'm not. I don't know that question. Claudio, if you can answer that one for me, I'm not sure the answer to that one. I don't even know what MP3 is, so you'll have to answer that one for me. Claudio is our techno guy, so he'll take good care of you. Are there any other questions here before I move into the presentation and the offer? All right. Well, let me go back to my presentation then. I want to make you a very special offer. For a very limited time, all of the software that I've demonstrated today, full-featured MT4Professional on MT4 and MT5, is available to you. You get access to our exclusive Skype community, which are all the MT4Professional users in one location on Skype, where you can chit-chat with everybody throughout the day, 24/7. You get unlimited configuration storage, emails, and push notifications. Plus, you get up to 100 per month SMS notifications included. Now, if you have more than 100 SMS notifications, those are alert signals that are sent to your cell phone, then you will need to pay an additional fee to up that or to buy additional features, but you get 100 per month included on your subscription. And all of the pre-configured presets, all 14 of the configurations I showed you today, are included with your subscription. We value this roughly $2,300, but you're not going to pay that. We've set it up as $194 per month. We reduced that to $97 per month on an ongoing basis, but because of our special offer today, we're going to knock that down by another 77%. So 77% off of the 50% off price brings that down to $23 per month. $23 per month. That's crazy. Claudio, that's really crazy. Use the link mt4professional.com/trial. If you use the code Black Friday 2022, the $97 per month will automatically be reduced by 75% to the new low $23 per month. Now you're asking, is this only good for 30 days or for a quarter? Nope, this actually locks you into $23 a month for the entire subscription timeframe. So if you keep your subscription for 2 or 3 years, then it's going to stay at this price the entire length of time. What happens if you cancel during the trial or during any period? Well, then you lose the subscription discount and it'll go right back to the normal subscription price. So you have to use the Black Friday 2022, and you can use this anytime between now and Black Friday, and that's just 2 weeks away. So we're giving it to you early. So thank you very much for being part of our class today. So use the link mt4professional.com/trial. Use the code Black Friday 2022. Make sure that you use all caps on the Black Friday. Claudio has provided it on the chat panel so you can copy and paste it into your link. And you get a 14-day free trial on top of that. So you get to try it free for 14 days without anything being drawn from your credit card at all. If anytime during the 14-day trial you want to cancel, you can, but you still get the full 14 days to use the software. You get the full featured MT4 and MT5 software to use and evaluate for your own criteria during that time. And then after 14 days, it'll automatically go into the subscription rate that you've locked in at the time, and it will stay at that subscription rate until you cancel. Once you cancel, the subscription will be good for the entire period, and it will go away at the end of the month. So if your subscription starts on the 14th of the month, then it'll continue on the 14th each consecutive month. So if you don't cancel by the 14th, then it will automatically renew. But if you cancel on the 15th, it will renew, but then your subscription will still be good until the 14th of the next month. If you do have any questions or comments, you can always contact us at support@mt4professional.com. We guarantee 24 hours of response time to get back to you, to let you know an answer or to let you know that we're still working on your problem. So support@mt4professional.com will always get a hold of us and to put a ticket into our system. So let me go back to our setup here, and I'll make it so you can still see the link. What I wanted to do is go through and set up something that we haven't done before. And this is going to be a brand new configuration and a brand new setup. I'll start from scratch and show you how quickly and how easy it is for you to set up and to use something based upon that. So I'm going to set up a Bollinger Band indication setup for you. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and go through configuration. If you notice that there are presets that you can use, find one that you like, or if you just want to create your own custom, then you can do that too. So I'm just going to start by creating my own custom configuration. I'm not going to start from any other predefined one, which you can. I'm just going to go ahead and start from a brand new one. I'm just going to call this one a custom Bollinger Band example. And this will be color rules based on the band indicator. All right, so let me set up my charts. You can see that I have chart setups, or I can use charts that are pre-configured. So if I start from another configuration, I think I'll start from one like the EMA price, because I like the setup of that one. So that one gives me the configuration of 1, 2, 3 different charts. All right. This one, for some reason, already has Bollinger Bands listed, but let me go through and show you exactly how to do that. I want to go in. I have a Bollinger Band template that I've already pre-configured. If you were to look at that template, then I'll just go through and pull the Bollinger Band template up, and you can see on the chart itself that I have Bollinger Bands already set up and working on the charts themselves. There's a standard deviation and ATR range indicators there as well, but those aren't used. I was just using them to set up the Bollinger Bands themselves. All right. So I just wanted to show you that that's set up that way. So these can be set up that way, or I can clear everything. I can add a chart by simply clicking 1, 2, 3. I can tile them. I can set this one up to be a 15-minute. This one is an hourly, and that one I'll be setting as a 4-hour. 15-minute, hourly, and actually I want this one to be an hourly and this one to be a 30-minute. And the template was the Bollinger Band that I wanted to select. So I'll go ahead and click the plus sign, go to the Bollinger Band, select open, and then I can select and use that same indicator template on all of my windows. I notice I have the big window on the right and the two smaller windows on the left. I click OK. On the left-hand side, then I can configure my symbol lists. Now here I can just pick and select any symbol I have available on my MT4 platform, or I can start from any other configuration and use the symbol list that was already included on that one. So I'll go ahead and do that just to make it quick. And on the scanner, I'm going to build this scanner from scratch. So I don't want to start from another configuration, although I can. If I have something else I've already put together, one click, I can just pull directly from what I've already done, like a template, and just use it. So that's nice. So here I've got a 15-minute select a color rule. Well, notice I don't have any color rule, so I need to define a color rule. First thing I need to do is give it a name. So we'll call this one the Bollinger Band color rule. Can be any name you want to give it. Bullish setup. I am looking to see price. I want to add that price indicator. Close of price. To see if it is greater than my Bollinger Band indicator. Is it under the trend? I forget where it's at. Bollinger Band. There we go. All right. I use the standard inputs, close of price, the baseline indicator, the upper line or lower line. No. Notice over on the chart here, there are three different lines. Okay, this is the baseline. It's the center line point. You got the upper line and you got the lower line. So the idea behind it is when you see price closing above the Bollinger Band, then it's either number one, a breakout, or number two, when you see price going up into and back down, then you're expecting that price to come back down to the median price. Okay. Just like on the lower side, whenever you see it breaking below, then you're expecting it to cycle back into the middle of the price. That's the algorithm that we wanted to be able to do. So a simple way to look at that was we have access to the base, the upper or the lower line. So a bullish indication is we were looking to see if a lower line value has been pierced. So we're looking at the OK. So we're looking to see if close of price, in this case, less than the low, that would be a bullish indication. We're looking to buy that long because the probability is that it's going to be changing back into the reverse direction. Okay. Back to the median. And the correlation to that then would be a sell signal. You're using the same indication. You're looking for the price, in this case, to close greater than the Bollinger Band. And we're not looking for the lower, we need to look for the higher. So we've got to add another instance of the indicator. And this time, we're looking at the mode of the indicator to be the upper line. So when we see close of price greater than the upper line, it's gone way overbought and extreme. We're looking for it to revert back to the mean. So we select OK. That's the condition. If neither one of these are true, that means it's oscillating down here in the middle somewhere, then it's going to be colored yellow. We're only looking for it to trigger when it's either green or red. It's currently on a 15-minute time frame. Let's select another time frame. In this case, it will be the 30-minute, and let's use the same color rule by turning it on. And let's also put that on an hourly time frame and use the exact same color rule, turning it on. So now I have three different color rules. I mean, three different time frames, same color rule. Each time frame, it's going to be looking at the exact same thing. I might or might not want that, but I'm just showing you that it's being set up that way. Now, I don't need to see it set up on the 15, 30, and 60 all at the same time, but it's showing you which one is currently in the overbought or oversold condition. You might only want to be looking on the longer time frame trends to see if you have a increasing average true range, or if your standard deviation is extreme or not. You might not even want to look at those at all. You might want to just look at price relative to your exponential moving average. So it's I'm using this as an example, but I'm showing you that I can apply it to any time frame very easily. So by selecting OK then and saving that, then I now have a custom Bollinger Band strategy that I've implemented on the platform. I'll go ahead and close this, and I'll find it right there, and I'll click the load button. And now I've got the custom Bollinger Band example running, where I have three charts set up using the Bollinger Band template automatically, the large window over on the right, 15-minute, 30-minute, and hourly. And I've got a scanner that's running through and looking at these particular conditions to see whether they are bullish or bearish, and if the setups are true or not. If at any point I want to go through and edit these conditions, then I can do so in the scanner itself by clicking the edit button. Looking at the closer price being less than or greater than. Now in this case, if price closes less than the band lower line, that's the condition I'm looking for. That only occurs, the band lower line right here, that only occurs on extreme conditions. When that does occur, the probability is high that you're going to be seeing a pretty strong reversion to the mean. And that's the idea behind it. You're looking for that close value to give you that signal to get in. And likewise, the high, you're looking for that price to revert back to that same mean price again, based upon that same setup. All right. It's that simple. This is just an example to show you how it works and how it's applied, and how you can set up a strategy very quickly from scratch. All right. If there aren't any other questions, then I think we're about out of time. Someone wanted to know about custom indicators. So let me pull up one. I always use the Hawkeye tools, because Hawkeye tools are some of the better tools on the market. This is a configuration that scans for a setup where you're looking at 5, 15, and 30-minute, and you're looking for an alignment of trend, heat map, and volume across multiple timeframes. The 5-minute chart, you're looking for all three to align. The 15-minute chart, you're only looking for 2 to align. And on the 30-minute chart, you're only looking for the overall trend. So here I want to see this, and the volume aligned. Second time frame, I want to see the momentum and the volume aligned. And on the third time frame, all I care about is the volume. That's all I want to see. If that's good, then I'm good. I'm good to go. So in that case, all the signals aligned and gave me really great entry signals right here. This was an initial setup, and it was verified with a nice signal to identify the alignment and the entry point. So this would have given me an entry at this level, risk set to be about 6 pips. Profit target hit about 30 pips. So that was a 5-to-1 reward risk ratio based upon the strategy, which was found and identified using the scanner to help you to see these trades. Now, this is a setup using any tool. So you could use that on any instrument that you're scanning, any instrument on your universe of symbols to identify and find those trades and to profit from them. All right, so thank you very much for your time. I think we're out of time for today, but remember the link to get started with MT4 Professional is today, mt4professional.com/trial. Use the code Black Friday 2022, and that will get you the $23 per month crazy subscription rate, 77% off of the already 50% reduced price. And that locks you in. Start your 14-day trial today and then continue on for the duration of your subscription, $23 per month. And again, if you have any questions, you can always contact us at support@mt4professional.com. Thank you very much for your time and attention. If you have any other questions, please contact us and let us know. Until then, we'll be back here in about 2 weeks for another edition. So thank you very much, and we will see you back then. Bye for now.